Five Nights at Freddy's is one of the series that shaped me when I was a kid. I was in 7th grade and 12 years old, and I became obsessed with the games and the lore and everything it had to offer when I found out about it. But you know, I don't think that 10 years later I would ever find someone making a series about William Afton eating people. The FNAF VHS genre has become so oversaturated that we don't just have William Afton eating people, but also being... yeah. So today I'll be talking about a series that, due to the nature of its content, it sparked outrage in the Five Nights at Freddy's community and led to the series getting so much backlash and hate that it seemed to seep into the creator's real life. If this sounds familiar, aka you use Reddit, then you might know that I'm talking about the FNAF VHS series by The Pirate Boy. It is one of the most disturbing takes on the FNAF series, and sometimes it does well and sometimes it is for the worst. And before I get into the series, I'm going to ask that you do not harass anyone in this video, please. And leave a like and comment Freddy Fivebear your opinion on this whole series and channel in the comments below. Thanks, Pookie. Now let's get into it. So to start off, this channel has a lot of different mini-series. I will only be talking about the series that this channel is infamous for. So to start, when it comes to the beginning of this channel, there's a huge gap in the uploads, with the first couple of videos being some cursed tapes with the animatronics doing a jump scare, and that's all. There was a simple video called heishere.mp4 in which this is showed. But almost 6 months go by in between uploads in which we would get a video called help_us_file.mp4, in which we would get a bunch of animatronics staring into the camera and stating how they died. So nothing really special, but when looking in the shorts, I found their most viewed video as well as the video that sparked outrage within the community. The video is called missing_kids.mp4. And not only is this video disturbing on its own, it's the idea that William Afton, the person who's already known for being a child serial killer, is also a pedo. Which, if you guys didn't know, Scott Cawthon himself has made comments on this and has made it clear that he does not want or would never write this into his stories. This most likely due to the story, while having a literal child killer would be something that dips into an area that he would want to avoid. And also the games are technically for kids, even with its darker themes. But for the Pirate Boy, this would not be the only instance of them making a video like this, with again, another video titled missing_kids.mp4, in which he would post this video. This video leading to even more outrage, with not just the implication, but a direct statement that the cause of death for the character Cassidy being that yeah, with tons of Reddit threads popping up and discussing this channel and its issues. People either saying that it was done out of the pure shock of it and was senseless and did not provide anything on a narrative level. With one comment in particular in a Reddit thread saying that they hearted a William X Cassidy relationship might be canon comment. In response to this, we would see one of many community posts by the creator. Hi everybody, I want to tell you that so far there will be no new FNAF VHS videos. This is temporary. If you want, you can unsubscribe. New videos will be released less frequently. This is due to the recent situation because I found myself a part-time job to support myself. Thank you all for the video. I hope for your understanding and support. The comment on the community post seemed to talk about a situation and would mention that a hacker had gotten to the person's channel, which might be why a great deal of time went by in between uploads, being that they most likely were deleted. With this, we'd also see that the main spin on his FNAF VHS series is that, well, William Afton is a cannibal, with the mini-series that they made called Aftons Secrets, a 13-part series that would show and describe Afton eating children rather than just putting them in animatronics. This series having a very big focus on strictly Afton rather than the animatronics themselves, and depicting him in a more disturbing way than what was displayed in the series. One comment that I've seen above all else is them comparing the series to urban spook, with a great focus being on the shock horror and over-the-top descriptions of body horror. And I'm not going to cover the whole series, I'm just going to cover the key parts of it, because a lot of this series is just repetitive. The first episode is called He Ate Me.mp4. This video decides to make Afton eat a kid's leg, and that is essentially how the story starts, right into the idea that William Afton is eating these kids. Following this, we would also get another video called Rakuten.mp4, and I'm not gonna lie, I tried to find a definition of this, and literally the only thing I could find about it is that it's a Japanese word meaning optimism or pleasantness. So, yeah. But in the next part, we would see that we are getting a POV of the kid of Afton, in which he found that his father came home one day with his hands shaking, probably due to his urges to do cannibalism, in which he would start taking pills to help him. But notice he started changing, that he became different, and would draw strange symbols on the wall showing pentagrams, and then would hear the word Rakuten, which still confused me because the thing is, Rakuten is also a Japanese company, so maybe William started doing cannibalism because of Japanese technology. I don't know. After this, we get another addition to the series called Reborn.mp4. So with this video, we can assume that the next part of the series leads us into what I'll assume to be the normal death of William Afton, except with this, they just find his body. But due to the rebirth thing, I guess he's still alive. But in this, we see that he was burned and impaled on a large tree by what I assume is the animatronics, maybe? But as you can tell, it's another gruesome death with the amount of details and descriptions. Following this, we get scary secrets, and in this video, we get camera footage of the pizzeria, in which we get a glimpse of Springtrap for a second before it cuts to Chica. In this part, we get this. And I won't play the rest due to it depicting a child within a fridge and more descriptions of bodily horror, and honestly, it's a bit too detailed even for me, so I'll just sum it up as she was eaten and died. So, moving on, we have Aftons Secrets, and yet again, we are shown more of the pizzeria, and soon we cut to what I can assume is Afton's house. So Afton, I guess, killed his wife. And following this, we get descriptions of something with the head and an oven. And we get a description of his wife's body parts and something written on there. Yeah, this part kind of got me because of the pure ridiculousness of this part of the series. And the videos Paranoia and Girl in the Fridge are just practically recaps that, but also says that the same thing happened to Cassidy. And what I realized is this person who made this series likes to use images from the series Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And if you don't know what that is, it's a book series that's had super creepy illustrations and for some reason happened to be in every elementary school's library. And for some reason use this photo for one of the thumbnails and one of the videos. So that kind of made me laugh.
Okay, if I chop you up in a meat grinder and the only thing that comes out that's left of you is your eyeball, you're probably dead.
And honestly, I felt like I didn't even need to recap the other parts other than he eats people, and it seems to be the same setup and story told pretty much over and over again with a little variation. It makes me wonder how any of this gained any traction in the first place. But the final video is called Scary Night, and this final part is probably the best out of the whole series. because it has the most tension and does the best thing in being effective in its scares. We start off in Afton's house, in which we get different views of the house at 3 a.m. We also get this shot of the toys in the kids' room, and I spotted a Grommet plush, so yeah, you know, pretty cool. Eventually, we get this scene.
It's me, your God. Open the door.
You're not my dad. I don't know you.
Why don't you open the second door for me?
Elizabeth, you there? Daddy has already left. Come out quickly. Let's run right now.
And this scene was horrifying in my opinion, with Afton shown to be far, far from being human anymore. The tension of the music and the thumps around the house, it all just welded together well. It just made me wish the rest of the series was like this, rather than these over-the-top depictions of violence and unnecessary descriptions, and just random jump scares. I felt that I was more grossed out than scared with the rest of the series, unlike this video where I actually felt like I got tense and it was effective horror in this video. But what confused me as well, there was almost no ties to Fnaf except character names and the occasional animatronic in the series. William doesn't get spring locked throughout the whole series and rather becomes this monster-like being that becomes like this because he needs to eat people, as well as this very noticeable amount of images that are in the series that are just ripped from online and edited into the videos. But due to the series being released, as well as the other random videos the creator made depicting the things they did, a couple of Reddit threads would pop up that would gain quite a bit of traction on the Five Nights at Freddy's Reddit, and would lead the creator face all sorts of backlash. Over the next couple months, the creator would post community posts that would respond to this hate, as well as a couple of other disturbing personal posts that got into their reasonings and feelings on everything. With one of the community posts saying, "Guys, I'm going to write this for the last time because I'm still getting unhappy messages about William's behavior in my videos. On my channel, I post about my FNAF universe. It is partially not canon. In my FNAF universe, William is not just a homicidal maniac, he is much worse. In my universe, he's a very scary character. I know that Scott was against violence and immoral actions on the part of this character, but I repeat that this is my universe, which has its own story, its own details, and actions. There will be several more characters with a scary story in my future. If you don't like watching or don't like something, then don't watch. I gave the FNAF universe more horror than it is, and everything suits me. If you don't like something, then don't watch these videos. I hope for your understanding. Thank you for your attention." Which I will say that defense is not rock solid when it comes to how they decide to approach this. They say that this is his universe, as well as the quote, "If you don't like watching or don't like something, then don't watch," which of course, when it comes to something on the internet, everything is subject to criticism. And if it's just criticism they were talking about, then that's not the best response. In my opinion, if they wanted to do something with animatronics, then they probably should have made their own designs and original story from the beginning. But it would get a lot worse, in which they would post screenshots that would show off messages in which the Pirate Boy claims that they are being stalked, with messages saying stuff like, "I wanted to say that I saw you again today. Why didn't you tell me you were so handsome? I really like your cute, neat face, your cat eyes, your neat little nose. You're like a doll in real life. You have such beautiful, delicate lips. I want to see them up close." Which, if this is real, it's very concerning. It's a scary situation to be stalked, and even if this person was trolling, it feels that it's obviously deplorable behavior. Following this, a post a little later said that they posted another community post that stated as well that they've had a lot of negative feelings going on in their life and that they had attempted suicide. And that he's being stalked by a strange man who secretly takes pictures of him and writes him vile and vulgar things from different phones. And we go on to say, not so long ago, my aunt died. It was a huge shock for me, and it caused me a great pain. People in the Reddit continue to write angry comments implicating my parents and relatives there, wishing them and me death in various terrible ways. A couple months later, we would get another community post saying this. I was blatantly slandered. Recently, a guy wrote to me in Discord. We talked well. He said that he was supposedly my subscriber and he really liked my videos. We had a good conversation for a couple days, after which he talked about William's pedophilia in several of my old episodes. I told him that was an outlet from my childhood. It was like a scream from the past. I myself have been subjected to pedophilia more than once. Unfamiliar men tried to touch me several times when I was walking into the park and sitting on a bench. They tried to lure me into the car, and I'm just gonna skip over this. I told this guy how I felt, and I was scared and uncomfortable. After that, he blocked me and deleted this dialogue. The next morning, I saw a post that I was a juvenile pervert and sadist. I also showed them my drawings with gore content. This guy blatantly lied to me, saying that I myself pestered various men with requests to touch me for money. He also said that I molested several men, asking them to have sex with me for money. He made it look like I was easily accessible and trouble-free boy in an intimate way. After a few minutes, the post was deleted and his Reddit account was blocked. Please do not believe the various rumors that you will see about me. These people are blatantly lying and deceiving you. The screenshots of our correspondence with him showed my message that I was scared and disgusted at those moments when those terrible things happened to me. 1 month later, we would get another community post that talked about updating their content to make it better due to them not having a PC, as well as dealing with mental issues and other issues that have led them to not being able to make content in the way they want. But would post later that they had come to their senses and were back to making videos, in which they do post regularly on their channel with different FNAF horror videos. And I do have to say that while the videos are not particularly for me, it does make me wonder if all this hate and harassment this creator received was necessary. It seems like they do struggle with mental health issues, and from what I've seen from their community posts, that they do indeed struggle with a lot to deal with the hate. But I can see the argument that they did not try to rectify or change up the content or realize the errors in the videos they made, which they could have or probably should have deleted the ones that Scott Cawthon did not want with his series or the ones that people felt were in poor taste. And from what I've seen of their content, they do have the ability to make videos that are actually effective horror, but choose to make the more shocking videos. And they do know how to edit pretty well, and since they don't actually have a PC to make videos, I can assume they just work from their phone for the most part. And people have claimed that the creator of the series is young, which I'm not sure if that's the case due to them having a part-time job and stuff, but you never know. And I've noticed that people have compared this to the Dormitibus situation, which, sure, both of these have disturbing content surrounding kids, but without any evidence, we can't really pin this person as the same as Blackout because they decide to have similar themes in their videos. But again, we don't know all the details regarding everything with the situation due to a lot of it being just not out there, or just people who haven't looked into it. So I'm not going to say anything concretely. But the thing I noticed above all else from their videos and community posts are the posts that were images of their drawings, which seems to be what they're most talented with. I guess I feel like they should focus on drawing and making that into something. I feel that the series and the videos made were an outlet for this user, but in general, I feel that due to the FNAF games, even with the dark subject matter, do pander to kids. I feel that having the stuff that was in the series were not the best decisions, and I wonder if due to their mental health that they could even handle being on the internet. We can only see what they plan to do with their series and other stuff moving forward, and hopefully focus on improving their series. I am only speaking on the information that is publicly available and cannot speak to the character of the person who made this for the most part, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and again, do not go harassing anyone. Let me know if you want more FNAF stuff, or go back to doing the usual stick. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.